Welcome to the Echo Tips podcast. We're going to be dealing with a topic on multilingual support on your Amazon Echo. That's right. She can talk more than one language and vice versa. You can talk to her in different languages. We're going to talk about that in detail here in this episode. But before we get into that, we have a brief message about our podcast, and then we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by the New Vision program at Goodwill. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission services help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Hello, welcome back. I'm David Ward with the New Vision program at Goodwill here in Southwest Virginia. I'm an assistive technology instructor. And if you're here for the first time, we welcome you. And if you've been listening to us for a while, we thank you for continuing to listen. In this episode, we're going to talk about multilingual support on the Amazon Echo, which was just recently announced here in the fall of 2019. The competing product, the Google Home or the Google Assistant, has had some multilingual support for a while, but now it's starting to come to the Amazon Echo. So that's kind of super for families that maybe are bilingual and they speak different languages at home, or maybe you have a young person or a student who's trying to learn a different language. This might be a really super way to feel, not only to help them learn, but maybe to practice the very things that they're learning, how to phrase things and conjugate them and say them in a different language. So obviously there's a lot of cool stuff you could do with that, and we're going to kind of demonstrate some of that. But before we get into the nitty-gritty here, it'd be good for you to press the microphone button on your Amazon Echo so that when I'm doing the demonstrations here in classroom or in our studio, it isn't triggering your Amazon Echo at home. So if you have an Amazon Echo Dot, the hockey puck, you'll find a button on the top, or if you have a long cylinder one, a button on the top that has a silhouetted microphone with a slash through it. You'll want to press that, and that will shut her ears off and turn the ring red on top, and she'll make a thump sound. Conversely, if you have a Amazon Echo Show, the one with a screen on it, you'll have a button along the top rim. There's 3 buttons. It'll be the one on the far left, and you'll press it, and it will also make a sound and put a little red bar across the bottom. And that means that she's no longer listening. So, first off, and let me make sure I'm following my own advice here, because I'm going to be saying her name and I don't want to trigger the one here in the studio. So first off, to enable this multilingual support, you will open up the Alexa app on your phone or tablet. And I think you can probably go to the website on this one too, which will be alexa.amazon.com on any web browser. You would log in, and in the app, you would go to your main menu in the top left corner, and you would go down to Settings. Also, if you're on the website, you would go to Settings. And then on the app, on the phone or tablet, you would go to Devices. And there you will have a list of all your Alexa-enabled devices, say an Echo or Echo Home or, an Echo Show or whatever. You would go down there and you would find the one that you want to enable multilingual support on. So you have to do it device by device. So let's say you have an Echo Dot. You'll probably see, like mine would be Dave's Echo Dot 1, right, online. And you would tap on that, and then you would scroll down the list and you would look for language. Now, it wasn't terribly apparent to me till I got there and tapped on language, but they've added some things. You used to have English and French and a few other things, but now you'll see it'll say English and then a slash Spanish, or Indian English slash Hindi in India, or it'll say Canadian English, I believe, and slash French Canadian. And so you have these different options, and right now they have to be paired So like this is the one that I've enabled, English/Spanish. Okay? And so once you've enabled that, you can speak to your Echo in either English or Spanish and get a response. Now, this didn't quite work for me perfectly. At first, it does say it's going to take a while to enable it on your Echo, so maybe it just hadn't downloaded all the appropriate stuff. But when I talk to mine, it still responds in English. I would have thought it would have responded in Spanish, but I'll maybe have to go read some of the documentation. But let's just give it a few tries here so you get an idea what you can do. Now, this I think you could do at any time. You could just say, Alexa, how do you say hello in Spanish?
Hello, in Spanish is
Hola.
Say that's kind of cool. I think you could do that without even enabling that. You could also say something like, Alexa, how do you say what time is it in Spanish?
What time is it? In Spanish is
¿Qué hora es?
¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? Alexa, ¿qué hora es?
the time is 4:07 p.m.
See, there she goes. She responded. Now, it's kind of odd to me that she responds in English, but let's try another one. Alexa, how do you say what temperature is it in Spanish?
What temperature is it? In Spanish is
¿Qué temperatura es?
¿Qué temperatura es? I think. Alexa, ¿qué temperatura es?
Right now, it's 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect a low of 44 degrees.
Yeah, that's mind-blowing, and I totally probably butchered that. But anyway, you get the idea. So super cool, and you might have to check it out, especially if you had somebody at home who's trying to learn a different language. It might be really handy for them. So that brings this episode to a close. Until next time, and I'm David Ward for the New Vision program. It's time to turn that microphone back on, start practicing some of the many things that you've learned, and we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. In conclusion, let me tell you a thing or two. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and it is also made possible in part by a grant from Community Foundation serving Western Virginia. And there's more. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. For more information, check out our website at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision, with no spaces. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission programs help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Thanks for listening.